Yes, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is Bank Holiday Monday. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Of course, Spurs helped it. And I hope everyone has something lovely planned today. Me, myself, no, not really. Obviously, the first hour is going to be lovely talking to you guys, and then I'm off to work. So, bad times. But it is what it is, guys. We have 1 week of the transfer window to go. Can Spurs get anyone else in? Is it going to be a complete crap show? Let's see. It's going to be an interesting week, isn't it? There's no doubt about that, guys. Before we get into it, please do me a favor. Please like the stream if you haven't. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. So, 1 week of the window to go. What are Tottenham going to do? It seems to be that every day that passes, another target. Um, either says no or we get rejected from the club or something happens. That's not good. We are running out of options. There is no doubt about that. Let's say hello to the chat because, guys, this is all about you. Let's see who's in. And we have the Wolf. Good morning, the Wolf. He says, well, Paz isn't coming. Bid rejected. Throw the money at Savinho and get that done. And then Paqueta or Lookman. Need to plan for January window now. Don't want this fiasco next time. Big up, Nige. Big up the Wolf. You know what? I feel like we have this fiasco every single year, whether it's summer, whether it's January. It's really unusual that we have a window that we actually do quite well in. And again, this one has been a complete disaster as far as bringing players in and letting players go, to be honest with you. I mean, the two players that we brought in, I'm saying the two, I know we brought in more. The two players that go straight into that first team have been fantastic, but we have got so much work to do. Before I go on with saying hello to people, as soon as you've mentioned Paz, I will bring up the Paz news. Of course, this broke last night, and it is that Real Madrid had a big role in stopping Nico Paz's proposal worth 70 million to Tottenham. Real are happy with Paz staying at Como for this season, but his move to Madrid in the summer 2026 is increasingly likely. This deal was never going to get done as far as I was concerned. It was Tottenham complain that deals are difficult when there's literally one player who wants to come to Spurs and all they got to deal with is one club. Tottenham had two clubs to deal with. They had a player that didn't want to leave, who was quite happy at Como, and they still allegedly put a bid in. Sometimes my mind boggles at what Tottenham do. Um, I literally think at this stage, with 7 days of the window to go, we are just literally, it is. Let's see who we can call. Let's go through the phone book. Here, do. Yeah, what about him? He's number 10. Yep, here, do. Let's put a bid in. Yeah, but you don't want to leave. So what? Let's put a bid in anyway. At least it looks like we're trying. And I feel like this is what Spurs are doing. Not happy at all at the moment with the, but there is time. 7 days, guys. 7 days. But there is no doubt. What a pointless bid for Paz, seeing as he didn't want to come, and Real Madrid want him back anyway. But it is what it is. Marcus in the house, big up Marcus, says, morning Nige, big up my friend, and morning Spurs fans. Coys, good morning Marcus, I hope you're well, buddy. Milton's in the house, big up Milton, says, morning Nige, and chat, smash those likes, peeps. Yes, get smashing those likes. If you haven't, subscribe as well. That is totally free. I don't ask for anything else. Just a like and a subscribe would be fantastic. The Joker also says the supporters and especially the manager need to see Levy back this team now and bring in some quality. No more potential. Ones we need ready wrapped, class to add to the squad. Get it done, Daniel. Couldn't have put it any better myself. No more kids, please. Unless they're of a quality that goes straight into that first team. Let's buy some oven-ready players that make us better. Just like Polini has. Just like Kudus has. 2 or 3 more of them going straight into the first team. I actually think Spurs have got a really, really good chance of having a really good season. Massive week ahead for Tottenham and massive week ahead for Daniel Levy. Scott Colliver's in. Big up, Scott. Says, hello, Nigel and chat. Good morning, mate. I hope you're well. And he follows it up by saying, hopefully it is a very busy week for transfers, but I'm not holding my breath that it will be. No, you know what? It has to be. It has to be, Scott. We have to have at least 3 or 4 players. Well, at least 2 or 3 players in. 4 would be the dream. But we will get into targets in a minute, just as I've caught up with the chat. Razzle's in the house. Big up, Razzle. Says, morning, Nige. 1 week left. When do we call the A team and get Hannibal to come up with a plan? I don't know. I think we need him this week. We might have to give him a call today. Mark's in the house. Big up, mate. Good morning, Mark. I hope you're well. LMN Rin is in the house while Paz is out the window. Yeah. So another target is gone. Our pool of targets, our pool of players that we want is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But don't worry. Do not worry, because Al Canoes is still there. We can still get Al Canoes. Though we could have got him last week for 22, 23 million. Now we're getting for around 35. So great work, Spurs. Top stuff. Sheriff is up and in the house. Good morning, mate. Says, morning, Nige. Working on a bank holiday. Yes, I had a big job to do Friday. And it turned out it was a lot bigger than there was expected. So I said I'd come back today and finish it, which was, at the time, seemed like a really good idea because it was 4 o'clock and I didn't really want to stay until 6 and 7. I said I'd go in today, and now I'm thinking, why not I just do it Friday? But it is what it is. It is what it is. I will get it done. ML saying, it's pathetic. This window, worst one ever. I mean, yeah, it's been bad, isn't it? It's been bad. But you know what? As bad as it's been, the 2 players that have come straight into the first team have been game changers. You know, it's just frustrating as a Spurs fan that we all know as fans another 2 or 3 of those ilk of that quality, and we could be a different team. We've already proved it in the opening 2 games. Excuse me, that we can be a really good side and just sprinkle a little bit more quality, and we could finish the best of the rest. There's no reason why we can't finish 5th, you know? No reason at all, in my opinion. Dave said, I think the Paz deal is too expensive and can and should have got a lot better than him. Just said, I agree. It's a deal that if we wanted Paz, we should have been going after June the 1st. You know, we really should have. It was always going to be a difficult deal to do. And listen, Paz don't want to come. Como don't really want to sell. Real Madrid don't want them to sell because they want him back. It was a deal that was never going to get done. And I have no idea why Spurs went in there for him in the first place. But big up, Dave. Big up, Audio. Hope you're well, buddy. Says, morning, Nige and chat. I will get on to some news in a minute. Razzle said, if we can get Paqueta and Savinho, I'd be more satisfied, but I'll prefer another left back in on top as well. I think that's where we are, Razzle, isn't it? I think if we get Savinho and if we got a Paqueta, I think we'd all be really happy with that. The problem is, if Savinho doesn't happen, and for me, we need to know either way today. Yes, is he coming? No, is he not? If he comes, then great. If he doesn't, is another one of our options that goes. And where do we go from now? I'm confused. Well, I'm going to go 3 more down and I'm going to get some news up. Big up, guy. He says, big up, Nige and chat. I'm guessing he's saying that and not just big Nige. I mean, I'm quite small, but it is what it is. Talking about height, of course. Tracy's in the house. Bamba, Bumba, but no Bomber. Absolutely. Big up, Tracy. I hope you're well. Let's just start the next one because I'm going to bring up some news that I've been looking at on the wonderful Twitter. A couple of bits of Savinho news as well, which kind of contradict themselves, but I thought they were quite interesting. And it is this one: breaking Tottenham Hotspur getting close to the deal. For Man City winger Savinho, the only obstacle is that no fee has been agreed by the clubs. Yes. I mean, that's quite a big obstacle, isn't it? But there you go. And then this one I read this morning, and it says Tottenham have indicated to Manchester City that they are willing to pay 60.7 for Savinho, who is keen to make the move to London. Has that come from Talksport? Spurs are willing to pay 60.7. 60 points. I'm sorry. Don't Man City want 80 million euros, which is like around 68, 69 million pounds? I mean, if Manchester City want 68, 69, 70 million pounds, if you want the player, go and bloody get it done. Why are we offering 60.7? Oh, this is typical Tottenham. We will see again. I'm not going to get too up or too down because it is very much what Spurs do. And we will see. We will see. It might, like I say, we don't actually know what's going on. I'm just giving you the news that I'm seeing. You've probably all seen it yourself. And Bryn is saying the board have really let us down big time. They do it every year, buddy. Every single year. And Marcus said, Nige, big up, Nige. I hope you're well. I'm good, mate. I hope you are too. Guy saying, Yo, Nige, as a birthday present, my mum bought me the Stray Kids Spurs shirt, thinking it was a normal one. And I was like, whoa, how much? Fair play, mate. Fair play. We might need to see that shirt. I don't think I've seen it. And MLB saying we need Paqueta. I would love Paqueta now. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love Paqueta now. And Tracy saying, I just want Paqueta and Savio. They would be the two for me. I mean, obviously, Morgan Rogers for me would be the one, but I know I'm not daft. I know that's never going to happen in a million years. Paqueta, though, is more than gettable. More than gettable. What do we think for Paqueta? 45, 50 mil? Are we thinking more? I think around 45, 50 mil for him. Yeah, yeah. And listen, maybe we could offer Basuma as part of the deal. I'm sure there's a couple of players he must want from us. If not, just pay the money. Just pay the money. And Tracy is saying, I want Paqueta dancing at the lane. Yeah, I got to say, the more the window goes on, the more excited I am at the thought of Paqueta coming in. Um, it's whether Spurs put a bid in, isn't it? I think the Paqueta one will be a last minute jobby if we go for him. MLB saying we need quality Champions League coming up. Yeah, we do. We do. Sadly, looks like we're not going to get it currently. Razzle saying for Paqueta, if offer Basuma and then Vuskovic on loan plus Sean plus 20 million to get it done. West Ham need defenders and midfielders. I mean, I wouldn't be against that. Just offer them whatever they want within reason, within reason, offer them whatever they want. Sheriff saying, Levy, get your thumb out of your backside and do something. Yeah, there's no doubt. This is a massive, massive week for Tottenham, isn't it? They have to get things right. They absolutely have to get things right. Philly saying, big up, Nige. They're going after players. Spurs are not going to sign just to say we tried. It is jarring. But there is always January, only to get to January and wait to the summer. So it never changes yet. You're right, mate. But it is a massive summer. It is, it's a massive week. We cannot be going into January. We cannot be like we tried and get nobody in and then go into January. And listen, we all know January is incredibly difficult to sign players. The summer isn't, but Spurs seem to make it hard for themselves for whatever reason. Big up, Mike. He's in the house. He says it's been an awful window, but nowhere near the worst. People are forgetting about the players' windows under Poch. Yeah, we forget under Poch. We went, what was it, 518 days without signing a player, or 508, something like that. A long time anyway. And yeah, for me, this hasn't been the worst window. It's felt like the worst because of the players we've missed out on that we were allegedly so close to getting. But we can save it. We can save it. There is no doubt it's all too late. It is all way too late, but we can save the window yet. Gibbo's in the house. Good morning, Gibbo. Says move on from Paz. Haven't we got time? Haven't got the time. No, exactly. At least we know now he's not coming. Move on to the next target. Big up, Gibbo. Hope you're well, mate. It will be Lookman if we don't get Savinho. Again, well, but this is why we need to know about Savinho, because I can't see Lookman being sat there for much longer. I really can't. Someone's going to come in for him. And if we're faffing around with Savinho and someone comes in for Lookman, then we could be left with nothing. But I agree. One of the two, I'd be happy with either. So I think they're both good players. Gibbo saying we need to offer our max offer for Savio. Take it or leave it. Move on to Lookman, who wants to leave and is homegrown. Yeah, it's absolutely. We are at the time in the window now. We cannot be monitoring or putting in derisory offers now, thinking that okay, we can wait a week or two. This is it. Offer for the player. If it gets rejected, move on to the next. It really is that simple. Philly saying why I do think of the ant and the grasshopper come to mind when I think of Spurs. Yes, Tottenham. Razzle saying, I can't believe no one is more worried about a lack of cover at left back. Parra and Spence can't play every game, especially twice a week. I agree. Do we know when the doggy's back? Is he back soon? Is he out for a couple of months? Haven't really been paying a lot of attention to a doggy, but we definitely need a fullback. And this is where I'm going to come into the next story, which Razzle, you just brilliant, mate. You you help me bring the stories up. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. The next one is, of course, this story that all broke last night, and it is regarding Hincapie. And it's saying Hincapie has decided to leave Bayer Leverkusen if a suitable offer arrives. That probably knocks us out of the water. The decision has been made, and he has a 60 million euro release clause. What's a 60 million? What is that? That's probably I don't know, what, 52 million pounds, something like that. 53 million. For me, absolute no brainer. Go and get it done. What do you think, guys? Hincapie? I think he'd come to Tottenham. I think he would come to Spurs if we put the offer in. There are definitely players out there that we can get. Whether we get them or not is another question, as I've lost my place. Yeah, Hincapie, guys. Would you be happy with Hincapie? Do you think Spurs will go for him? It's a massive week. Spurs are going to have to spend some serious money if we want to get the players we want in. And Hincapie, for me, covers left centre back, covers left back, and I would be delighted if we got Hincapie. But of course, we will see. We will see. Milton said, I honestly can't see us signing anyone. Milton, that's not the attitude, mate. I think we are. I think we're going to sign some players. Whether they're the players we want is another question. But the way Spurs move in the transfer market is embarrassing. There's no doubt about that. Milton said, pay 80 million for Savinho. Yeah, if they want 80 million euros, give them 80 million euros. I don't know what we're haggling over. We haven't got time to haggle anymore. Get the job done. Matt's in the house. Big up, Matt. Hope you're well, buddy. Says Levy always signs last week at the window. He does. It's his time, isn't it? I think it's going to be an exciting week. What we get in, I don't know, but I think we're going to be linked with so many players over the next 7 days. It's going to be unreal. Hopefully we get one in early. If we can get a Savinho or someone in within the next 24, 48 hours, and then we can relax a bit and hopefully bring in maybe a couple more before the close of the window. But let's see what happens. Milton saying today is the first day in Oz it didn't rain for 7 weeks. Wow. Unbelievable, isn't it? I just think we think as Brits that Australia is always just like beautiful and sunny and hot, but of course it's not. It's not at all. Sheriff saying, Levy penny pinching as usual. Hashtag time for change. Yeah, listen, it's been a bit of a joke this window, isn't it? But let's see what happens at the end. I will judge at the end of the window and see then. But there's no doubt I will be at another protest, especially if the window carries on the way it does. Milton saying, I would sell my kidneys 4, Francisco Conceição. Um, I know you like him, mate. I know you like him. I think he's a good player as well. Do you think he may be a bit lightweight for the Premier League? Just saying, I don't know. Um, Top player. But again, it's just not one Spurs would go for. We don't go for top players, so you know. Gibbo saying, can't wait for the transfer review from the club. Yeah, we all know what it's going to say, don't we? But let's see. Let's see. Dave saying 40 million for Paqueta. I mean, yeah, why can't Spurs just go and lay that down? Lay that down. Even anything up to 50 million for Paqueta, I think it's a great deal. So just lay the money down, you know? Yeah, it does make you wonder what Spurs are doing. Razzle saying, we tried hard this window but couldn't get them over the line. That's what replying to Gibbo. Yeah, that's what it will be. That's what it will be. Milton saying, would you take Nige if we were to give Biss and Luca and 40 million for Paqueta? But Biss and Luca are permanent. Oh no. No, I think Vuskovic is a real talent, and I think if we let him go as part of the deal, we could regret it in a few years' time. There are other players I'd quite happily give away, um, young players, but not Vuskovic for me. But let me know what you think. Big up, Dingo. Hope you're well. Says morning. Guy said, Nige, as you're working and I'm off to the gym. Thanks for being my morning radio. No problem, mate. Yeah, we had a self embargo, so this ain't the worst. Kudos if consistent, plus for 3+ seasons, we get better. He'll be a legend. Kudos is fantastic player, absolutely fantastic player. I love him to bits. The problem is if he gets injured, then we're in trouble, aren't we? We've got major problems if we get an injury to Kudos because he is our main man when it comes to making chances, holding the ball up. He is everything we've wanted on that right hand side for a long time. Guys, there's 50 of you in the house. Please, if you haven't, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And let's see what happens this week. This is I think I'll probably do one Friday, but I'll do one today. I won't do one for the rest of the week. Breakfast with Pure Coys. I'll be back Friday morning. And then, of course, it will be definitely heating up in the transfer market. Dave saying we need 3 or 4 players in. We're in the UEFA Champions League. Wake up, Spurs. We do. I don't think we get 3 or 4 in. I think if we're lucky, we get 2. But let me know, guys. What do you think? 2, 3, 4, 1, none. It's going to be interesting. Dingo saying just go get Lookman. I'd love Lookman again. You know, he can play as a wide man. He can play as a striker. You know, he gives us options. And I think we've got to remember he's not the player he was when he left the Premier League. If you see him now for Atalanta, he's bulked up a lot. He is a big lad now and incredibly quick. Yeah, I'd take Lookman in a heartbeat. And Philly saying, welcome to Levy time. Yeah, I don't think we're quite at Levy time. Nearly. I give it once we're past Wednesday. I think then it will be panics. I mean, it is panic stations now. Yeah, it's Levy time. It is Levy time. We have a week to go. We have a week to go. Oh, God. Yeah. When you think about it, it's like we are in so much trouble if we don't sign players quickly. And Milton saying, would you swap Mickey van der Ven for Savinho? Clean swap? Not. No. No, 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 no. I don't want to swap any of our first team players for any other players. Just go get the money and pay the money. No swaps, unless it's Basuma. Just simply because Basuma wants to go. Or Solomon. No good offering Gil. He will end up back in Spain. But guys, let me know what you think. What would you offer to get these players over the line? Cash-wise, would you just offer the money? Would you offer players? I don't know. Gibbo saying Udogie is back in full training, Nick. Well, that's good news. That's good news. But we do still need another fullback, whether it's a left or right back. Don't really mind. I think maybe another right back. So I actually think Spence does okay at left back, but we definitely need something. And Milton saying Hincapie won't come. Well, I don't know. We will see, won't we? I mean, if we offer the release fee, he'll have a choice. Whether he does come or not is another question. Whether we offered a release fee, again, is another question. Gibbo said he would, Nick, but we are realistically going to spend 50 plus mil on 3 players for the rest of the window. I can't see it. Oh, yeah, I think Al Kanous is looking more and more likely with every day that passes. Every day that passes. Dingo saying use Johnson Basuma in the deals. You know what? Johnson's a funny one, isn't it? Because he isn't the best player, but he scores goals. And we all know that if Johnson ended up at West Ham, he would bang a load of goals for them. And we would be like, oh, what do we get rid of him for? I just think he's a good option. Whether that be off the bench or not, I don't know. But, I like Johnson, not because he's a great player, but just because he scored goals. Jessica saying, big up Jessica saying, looks like Odegaard is on his way to Italy and we are bringing in Lee Kang in and Savio. Is this true? Is this true? Let's have a look at Twitter a second while I'm here. I mean, I take Lee Kang. Definitely. Definitely. I think he's a top player. Scored a great goal against us, of course. But yeah, I'd take him. I don't know. It's probably all rumours currently, but listen, we definitely need bodies in, and I think there's enough good players out there for us. Let's see what happens in this last week. Milton Francisco Constanzao built short, but built like a truck. Fair play. Fair play. Gibbo saying this is usually Levy time, but he excels using leverage for opportunities in the negotiations. But the type of quality player we now need to go for this style won't work. I agree 100%. And you know what? The game's changed even over the last like 5 or 6 years. There's so much money in it now. Teams don't need to sell like they used to, so it's not the same, but yeah, let's see what Levy can pull out of his magic hat. We will see. Corey's in the house, big up. Hope you're well, buddy. And Milton saying, what's for breakfast? Well, I just have a cup of tea, which has kind of got cold now. Yeah, not the best. Like I said, I chipped my tooth last night. So toast is out the window. I need to book myself a dentist appointment. So that's fun times and more money. Good times. Guy saying Spence cooking Roddy over the weekend. 10 out of 10 regarding Paqueta. Sure, why not? But it's all negotiations and we all know who takes charge of that, innit? Um Listen, we can't afford to waste time now. We can't afford to waste time. Negotiations are simple. How much do you want? Okay, there's the money. That's how it has to be. Big up Najaf saying, can we sign Julian Brandt? We had this conversation yesterday, I think. Like I said, I haven't seen enough of him over the last couple of years, but I'm hearing a lot of people saying he's doing well, scored a goal over the weekend as well, apparently. I don't know, guys. You let me know. What do you think? Would you take Brandt? Um, he's decent. Whether he's I don't know, he's decent. I'd go as far as to say that. He is decent. A user, big up a user, says the board is going to string us along. Seen this before. Levy probably saw the performance at the weekend and thought, we don't need anyone. Levy just flirts with signings. That's a concern, isn't it? That we're actually doing quite well. We started quite well to the league, and maybe Levy's like, okay, we do need players, but maybe we don't need the 70, 80 million pound players. Maybe we can go for the 20 million pound players and just fill out the squad. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Guy saying I rate him 2, but it's about the negotiations. It is, but like I say, Levy can't afford to hang around now. Milton saying I would offer Bentancur and 40 million for Savinho. Wow, yeah, I wouldn't offer Bentancur. I think Bentancur is going to be pivotal to Tottenham this season. I love Bentancur, and he looks like the player he was before the injury now. Currently, he could lose form again, but currently he looks like the player he was before the injury. And that player I absolutely loved. Guys, 60 in the house, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It is totally free. I don't ask for super chats. I don't ask for memberships, but I do ask for likes and I do ask for subscribers, please. So Philly saying Levy time is always the last week of the window, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah. So yeah, I'm quite excited about this week actually. I don't know why, because Spurs always let me down, but I always like it when it comes to the crunch. Comes to the crunch. I hate it when I don't hate it, but this is going to sound weird. When Spurs get all their business done really early, which they hardly ever do, by the way, and then the last week of the window's a bit like, ugh, well, we're not signing anyone because we're done. I quite like it when we're not done because it means we're going to go out and maybe, hopefully, get some business done. And it's exciting. When Harry Redknapp was in charge, always exciting transfer deadline day because you never know what was going to happen. You always thought Spurs might bring in 2 or 3 gems right at the end, and sometimes they did. Um, I'm hoping it's the same this week, but I'm not very confident to be honest. Najaf saying Tyler Diblin would be an awful signing. We already have Mikey Moore. I agree. We don't need him. We absolutely don't need him. Pointless signing, but luckily he is off to Everton. As long as Spurs don't suddenly put in a bid. But yeah. And Rodney's in the house. Good morning, Rodney. He's just laughing at Julian Brandt. Um, it's not 2009, mate. That's what I thought. See, Brandt, I thought he was decent 5, 6 years ago. Just not sure now. I don't. He was one of those that burst out, wasn't he? And he looked like a really top player. Just don't think he's really done anything for the last 4 years. Um, I don't know. He was never a standout player for Dortmund, is he? You look at Dortmund, you think of Dortmund over the years, and you think of Bellingham, you think of God, my mind's gone blank, but you think of other players, and Haaland, of course. You don't think of Brand so much. So I don't know. I don't know. Gibbo saying Levy needs that Korean money. True. So yeah, Kang maybe would be a good signing, and I actually quite like him for what I've seen of him. Um, Rodney saying, big up though, Najaf. We need a Mikatatsu. No, I love Mikatatsu. I think he's a top player. Sort of player that I think would fit into the Premier League and give us that bit of excitement. Really like him on the ball. He's got a bit of trickery about him. Scores a few goals as well. Like him a lot. SJ's in the house. Morning, Nige. I am getting to the position where we will just buy anyone that's available and cheap rather than fill a particular gap that we have. And this is what Spurs do, isn't it? This is what we do. And this is a concern. I really hope we don't do that. But I'm worried as well, mate. I'm worried as well that we're going to do that. Goldie's in the house. Big up, Goldie. I hope you're well, buddy. If you haven't, guys, get over to Goldie and subscribe to his channel. Doing sterling work over there. He says, morning, mate. Need at least 2 to 3 signings, but top quality players, not squad fillers. Yeah, we need players that are going to come straight into the first team, mate, don't we? Straight into the first team. We don't want players that aren't good enough to go straight into that first 11. For me, that's pointless. It really is. Jessica saying, well, he's following us on Instagram. Talks went on last week. He's 50 million euros, 43 million pounds. Wow. Okay, well, let's see what happens. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I'm quite excited by it. I like Kang. From what I've seen of him, he looks decent. He looks decent. And again, Korean. So, maybe. Who knows? Let's see. Darren's in the house. Big up, Darren. I can see someone coming in and paying Savinho asking price. I mean, that would just top it off, wouldn't it? If Spurs doing all this work and then someone else come in and yeah. And Jessica says, oh, and he can play as left wing, right wing, 10, 8, and he is 24 and South Korean. Literally ticks all the boxes for what we need. He does. He does. And he would be one a bit more left field, I think, because I don't think many people are reporting it as maybe something that could happen. So let's see. Let's see. Jessica, if it happens, you are my new ITK. Guy saying Haaland, Bellingham, Dortmund are the Spurs of the Bundesliga. No issue with taking their players. Let's see. Let's see what happens. And Cookie's up. Big up, Cookie. Hope you're well. Says, morning all. How are we doing? Have we signed anyone yet? I mean, I don't even need to answer that, mate, do I? I don't even need to answer it. We have not signed anyone yet. Let's have a look and see if I got any more news up here. Oh, this is obviously the bit of news regarding Agluche. and it says that Monaco will accept a bid of around 47.5 million for the 23-year-old French attacking midfielder Magnus Aguiluche. He is a target of Tottenham. So it's not saying we're going for him, it's just a target. And I thought it was interesting because it actually had a price on there. 47.5 million for Aguiluche. Probably butchering his name. Would you take that? Would you buy him? Looks talented. Looks talented. He's actually a bit older than I thought he was. Another option we have if we can get him in. Let's see what happens though. Rodney saying, I see why we are linked to Nige because he had a great game as a false nine. Yes, yes. That's the trouble, isn't it? One player has a good game against us and suddenly we're linked with him. Guys, over 70 in the house. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Any help would be much appreciated. Just looking at the time. Plenty of time to go yet. Haybridge Stew, big up Haybridge, saying we are short in the middle of the park. We can cope until Xmas without a winger as we have covered out. I think we're short everywhere, mate, to be honest with you. I agree. I do. Listen, I'd love another central midfielder as well. For me, I'd love a left winger. I'd love a 10. I'd love another central midfielder, especially if Basuma goes. I'd love another centre back. I'd love another fullback. And I'd love another striker. So not many positions to fill, but I think for this summer, I think maybe for me, the 10 and the left wing are the most important. And if we can get another midfielder in, so those two, but if we can get another midfielder in as well, I would be delighted. And, I think for me, an Hincapie, which would be a great signing, would be the icing on the cake. But let's go get those two or three in first for me. Rodney saying it's right thinking, wrong player for me. Huddle Waddle. I choose Paz. He's going to be a starter for Real Madrid in a year. Otherwise, but they're all great. But we know Levy right, it'd be Alcanuz. Well, apparently, mate, Paz has turned us down, and Real Madrid have said it's not happening. Como don't want to sell. Paz is a non-starter. So big up Huddle Waddle. I hope you well. But yeah, not happening. I'm afraid Paz is done and dusted. We need to move on from that now. Philly saying a big up. The Cookmeister, happy Levy time. And my boys in the house. Good morning, son. Hope you didn't work. Did you work? No, you didn't. You went camping. How was camping? Let me know. Saying morning, Dad. From Toby and Archie to on the road. Well, drive safely. Get home soon, mate, and get home safely. Yeah, always a worry when your kids are in the car. But it is what it is. Gibbo says, would you take the window closing now with no one extra, but it was guaranteed that we get 3 top quality players in January? Ooh. Oh, that's a difficult one. I guess so. I guess so. If you're saying, if the other option is we don't know what we're going to get this window and we don't know what we're going to get January, then to guarantee me 3 quality players in January, I'd probably take it now and say, okay. But yeah, I quite like the jeopardy, of not knowing what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm gonna say no. Then I'm gonna say no. I think I trust I trust the club that we're not going to mess up again. That's the most stupid thing I've ever said, I think. But I think we will get some deals done over the next couple of days or over the next week at least. SJ saying, I was excited over Paz, rate him very highly, and his goal and assist yesterday were top draw. Brilliant, brilliant goal, and what a great assist. But yeah, it is what it is. But there is no way Madrid will let Como sell him to us. They want him back next year for 10 million euros. Yeah, deal that was never going to happen, in my opinion. Really, really talented boy, but it was never, ever going to happen. I think Spurs were dreaming thinking that we would ever get close to him. But it is what it is. Dave saying we will probably end up with Garnacho from Man United again. This is another one. Garnacho, give it a week ago or a month ago, 2 months ago, when the summer window opened, anyone mentioned Garnacho to me, and I was like, not a chance. I don't want him anywhere near my club. Now, a week to go of the window, and I'm like, yeah, I take him. I take him because he's better than what we got. But I don't know about Garnacho. I don't know. I don't know. And Rodney says if we sign Nashers, yeah, I don't know. And Rodney saying, "God help the Levy inners. It's gonna be an interesting week, mate, isn't it? Let's see what happens." Gibbo saying, "Yes, would take that bit more mature. The BAK though, although very one-footed. Yeah, Alcanus is one-footed, isn't he? But I don't know. Akalucci will go to PSG after they sell us. Lee Kang in. Yeah, well, maybe actually, maybe we will see. Um, guys, let me know what you think of Kang. Have you seen a lot of him? I'd be lying if I said I've seen a lot of him. Obviously, I saw him the goal against Tottenham. Seen a few sub appearances when he's come on. He's looked nimble. He's looked quick. He's looked good on the ball, but haven't seen enough to be honest. Milton saying, "I hope we sign a few new players." I think we all do, mate. I think we all are hoping that we get at least two in. And the dream for me would be three or four. Can't see three or four, but hopefully at least two. Haybush Shoe saying, "Strange how we need cover all over the park, even though Ange spent 400 million on new players." Yeah, but the thing is, and this is what Spurs do fantastic. We are so good at it. We spend years getting rid of Deadwood, only to immediately replace them with more Deadwood. And we did it again last year. We brought in players that, for me, are just not good enough for Tottenham. You know, players like Gray, I'm sorry, he's just not up to it yet. Maybe in a couple of years, but not yet. Odebear, the same for me, not up to it yet. Tao, the same, not up to it. There's three bits of Deadwood already. Dragishin, maybe he might do better under Frank, but currently he's a player that I'm just like, I'd quite happily sell him all. But it's what Spurs do. It's what Spurs do. Rodney saying a proper number 8 like Sarr, left winger like Savinho, DLP, AP like Paqueta or Makatatsu, or a different tricky striker. So many out there, and of course Vlahovic is still out there. We could get him. So many players out there, but let's see. Let's see. My boy saying that Toby's a safe driver. Don't worry, Dad. Got it on hold here. Good lad. Good lad. And Rodney saying these for me are the big spots to fill. I agree, mate. I agree. I absolutely agree 100%. Gibbo saying, "I guess we could look to take players on loan, but that won't be till deadline day to perhaps get cover for a number 8, a left back or a right back cover." Yeah, I think how many loans can we have? Because obviously we've got Polini on loan. Is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2, isn't it? If it's 2, then listen, I take like a Vlahovic on loan, but I know that's not going to happen. Rodney's saying, "If I had to pick just one or two, it's Paqueta and Savinho, because for me, we really lack quality there." Yes, for me, those are the two that I want. 100%. Get those two in. The dream would be Morgan Rogers. That's not happening. So Savinho and Paqueta, for me, I think instantly improve that first team. And if you look at it and then you think Kudus, Paqueta, Savinho, and Polinia, 4 players, cannot be not happy with that window. It's just the time it's taken to get them in for me. And Hit the Bar, big up Hit the Bar. He says, "No way Paz comes to us." No, Paz is done. Paz is done. When I did the thumbnail last night or yesterday, that was before, of course, the Paz news broke. And I just couldn't be bothered to change it again. So I thought it is what it is. It's on there now. So yes. But big up Hit the Bar. Hope you're well. And Rodney said, then a striker, then a number 8 in that order. Yeah, what do we think of Sarr playing in that 10 at the moment? Listen, I know he's not a creative spark, but I think he actually works quite well. He's not the answer, don't get me wrong, but I certainly think in away games against the big 4 or 5, I think it's definitely something that will be used more. Definitely not at home, but away from home in those big games, definitely. I think Sarr's been fantastic. And Guy saying, "What the F? No Nahos." Garnacho wants Chelsea, or is he threatened to sit on the bench for a year? In all fairness, SJ, right? If he goes to Chelsea, isn't he going to be sat on the bench there as well? I don't know why he'd want to go to Chelsea personally. Money maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. Machina Joe, big up, buddy. I hope you're well. Says, hello, Milton. Yes, that rain was annoying him non-stop for more than 3 weeks where I live, except for a couple of days. Tomorrow, 23 in sunshine. Not bad for winter. Right now, it's very warm. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Here in the UK, the West Country, it's another beautiful morning. It is another beautiful morning. Guys, let me know what you're up to on this bank holiday Monday. Have you got anything planned? Anyone going to the beach? I am not. I am going to work very soon, but I am loving talking to you guys to start with. It makes my morning. It's a great start to the day. Hit the bar saying, you know how this plays out in the end. El Canoes, and that's sad to say. It will. I think we all kind of know, don't we, deep down, that it's going to be El Canoes. And I think we're all hoping it won't, but I just hope Crystal Palace get and sign him quickly. Sign him, Southampton. I mean, Everton sign Diblin. Happy days. Then we can relax a little bit, at least for a couple of days. But guys, 90 of you in the house now, having a great morning. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get a few more subscribers this morning. It is totally free. Good morning, Juan. I hope you're well. Saying I think we get Savinho or Alcanus, although not my first choice. Semenyo would be good, although not can't see it happening. Semenyo would be a top signing. Would love Semenyo, but you know what? I think that ship sailed. I think we had our chance early summer to get him, and as usual, we didn't take it. So, but Semenyo, I agree, would be a great signing. Um, Lord Rodney Trotter saying, wouldn't we on Garnacho if he was on fire? The man is a disgrace to the profession. He isn't very professional, is he? That's a disappointing thing. So much talent. He has so much talent, but is wasted because he's got, in my opinion, from what I've seen, and I don't know him, he looks like he's got a bit of a bad attitude. But listen, I could be wrong. Razzle saying Lee Kang is a quality player. Well, I'll go with what you say, mate. Get him in then if he is. Get him in. Gibbo saying, go for Paz next summer. Why would Real Madrid take 50% of something when they can take 80 and 90% of something? It is a bit weird, isn't it? It is a bit weird, but I don't know. I don't know. Rodney saying, I'd take Kang all day over Nashers. Not even a debate. Yeah, me too. SJ saying, I saw the bank for Savio and Lautaro. Um, yeah, again, another one we've been linked with many years, isn't it, Lautaro? But I can't see it happening. Savio for me would be the one. We need to get that done over the next 24 to 48 hours, if possible. I just don't see it. Philly saying the problem is that while we know Paz was never going to happen, there were fans who believed it. And that's the heartbreaking part. It's like someone waited for Santa or not to see him. Yeah, I think as fans, we've got to cling on to something, isn't it? I think the older you get, the more you realise you're probably not going to get these players. But the way some of the journalists and some of the people ITKs word it is almost like, actually, this could happen. And it does. It does get you excited. But it is what it is. Paz isn't happening. And I'm not too disappointed about it because, yes, he's a good player. But another youngster I want to see, and I think Tottenham have proved already this summer, we tend to be bringing in players that are Prem proven. So I'd expect a couple of more players to come in that maybe have played Premier League football, but we'll see. We will see. Big up Henry, hope you're well. Says we will sign the player from Leicester and Savinho on loan, and that's it. Never thought about Savinho on loan. Never thought about Savinho on loan. Do you think there's a chance? Do you think, guys, that there is a chance we could get Savinho on loan as opposed to? I mean, maybe we get him on loan with an obligation to buy at the end. Um, I don't know. Interesting one. Interesting one. Hadn't thought about that. Golden Suns in the house. Big up Golden Suns. And Levy would mess up getting Pez. Never mind Paz. Yeah, you're probably right there. You're probably right. Dave Jones saying we must have a target on the left as we knew Sonny was going, and that's frustrating. Come on, you Spurs. Exactly. Sonny, how long's Sonny been gone for now? A couple of weeks? and we've done absolutely nothing so far. Typical Spurs. Andrew Gregory's in the house. Big up, Andrew. I hope you're well, mate. Says, morning, Nige. Good morning, buddy. Lord Rodney Trotter saying, Sarr is good to be second or third choice 10, but first or second choice 8. We're seeing what Sarr can do under a proper coach. Exactly. 2-3 games in, and we're already seeing what some of these players that a lot of us, including me, had written off, what they can do under, like you say, a proper coach. Machina Joe is, he says, Spurs don't need to be scared of anyone. Night and day difference this season is a good team. I agree, and this is what's so frustrating. If we could add just that bit of quality, we really would have a chance of not finishing maybe top 4, but definitely being the best of the rest. But again, it's going to be a massive week. Let's see what Spurs can do. Rodney saying, I am talking about a young player, same age as him, as cover for that 8 position in case we lose anyone to injury. And I don't fancy Bergvall or Gray personally. I don't think either of them are quite ready. I like Bergvall. Gray I would send out on loan, but again, we've not got enough cover in defence really, or in midfield. I think that's why we're keeping Gray. Obviously, the homegrown as well. Gray can cover both left and right back. Maybe that's the reason why we're not going to go in for another fullback. Yeah, I think Gray stays. I don't fancy him, but I think he stays. Bergvall I like, but he's still got so much to learn. Gibbo saying Sarr is good for tough Champions League games, the Liverpool's, Arsenal's, Chelsea's, Newcastle's with Polinia and Bentancur, but to unlock low blocks needs a magician. It does, but maybe this is why I was thinking that if we were to get a Savinho, maybe we won't go for that 10 because maybe we will play with the tricky wingers and that's where our creativity will come from. But we'll see. It's a massive week. It's a massive week. I don't disagree with you though, Gibbo at all. Rodney saying pace and power. Yep. Mike, I think we're all forgetting the fact that El Canoes goes to the AFCON, as does Sarr. We'll be back to square one for a month or so. That is a good point. That is a good point. I'd never thought of that. So maybe we won't go for El Canoes. I just find it strange that we would go for El Canoes now as opposed to when he had 22-23 million pound release clause. Why we would pay like 35 million for him now? It doesn't make sense to me. I know we had other targets at the time, but it still doesn't make sense. Guy saying Frank won't take Nacho or Elliot. Frank doesn't like players that take the piss. Look at Biss. Yeah, I mean, has Elliot got a bad attitude? Is he one of those? I know he did that Kane thing when he was a kid, but he was a kid, and I'm not sure now. I think Elliot definitely has that hint of arrogance about him, but I think maybe 99% of the time it's good arrogance, and maybe it spills over every now and again. But I like Elliot as a player. I think he's a fantastic player. Machina Joe says Grealish was good for Everton. Played really well, didn't he? Really well. Such a good player. And just to think, so many Tottenham fans didn't want him. Didn't want him. Crazy. Crazy. Hit the bar. Said, look like West Ham want Biss. Is that true? Well, if that's true, then Paqueta's coming, isn't he? Surely. We're not going to... I mean, you would think that would be the obvious choice, wouldn't it? Just a straight swap. Give them a bit of money as well. Get Paqueta in. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I see Basuma at West Ham. I really do. Razzle saying Lee Kang will also be relatively cheap. PSG signed him for 22 million and has only played 55 times since 2023. Yeah. I mean, there are options out there, guys. There are options out there. I know we're panicking a bit. Well, I certainly am. I'm panicking quite a lot, but there are definitely options out there that we could sign. Guys, over 90 of you in the house, please keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Let's see if I can get to 1,140 today. I am 5 subs away, so any help would be much appreciated. And Rodney says Agume. I will butcher his name. I'm sure you're doing this on purpose, Rodney. But I'm not going to mention names, but would definitely be available as that backup 8. I'm not going to lie, not seen enough of either of them to comment, but yeah, you have to teach me how to say the names because I have no idea. No idea. He's at some French club lower to mid-table, and Agume is at Seville. Okay, okay. I will look them up later. I will look them up later when I get home from work. SJ saying Savinho on loan. I was saying earlier when his name broke as an option, but City want the money and lay down on Rodrigo. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But again, I'm hearing rumours that, and this was Friday, of course, that Rodrigo loaned to Spurs. Almost certainly not going to happen. But one that for me would make sense because Rodrigo doesn't move to Spurs full time. He gets to play a season in the Premier League, gets to play every week for World Cup year. The only thing is the wages. Would we cover it? I don't know. Probably not. But let's see what happens. Gibbo saying, I can't see City helping us strengthening our squad with a loan, especially as they rate the players so highly. The buy will be the only way we get him. Yeah, I think like it's just been said, if they want Savinho as well, not Savinho as well, if they want Rodrigo as well, they really need the money, don't they, to go and get that deal done. Bobby Andrews in house, big up Bobby. He says Paz Malarkey is worrying. Surely Spurs new Paz situation before making a bid. Smokescreen. If we go from him to Bellingham, we clearly have no intention of making a signing. Uh, yeah, I mean that'll be the next thing, won't it? We will, we will be going for just a player we've got absolutely no chance of getting. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If we pay the money for Savinho, he comes, so it's down to us. Agreed. We know the price. This is it. We know what City want for him. So go offer the money. Go and offer the money. Get it done. Bish bash bosh. Happy days. Machina Joe saying Guardiola's consultant spitting on the sideline is disgusting. It's good seeing him under stress. Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest. Guardiola apart, what I saw from Frank, absolutely in love with this guy already. And you know what? He said it himself. He's fallen in love with us. And I've got a feeling under this manager, we're going places. I'm not saying we're winning leagues before anyone clips me. I'm not saying we're winning leagues, but I think we are going places under Frank. Might not happen on season one, but I'm excited for this Tottenham team. I'm excited for this manager. He does everything that I want a manager to do. And yeah, I love him already. And he wasn't my first choice. I will openly say that. He wasn't my first choice. I wanted Glasner or Poch back. But Frank has totally and utterly turned me. And I am in love with him. He is brilliant. Brilliant. Barbaric's in the house. Good morning, Barbaric. He says, good morning, Nige. Smash those likes and subs, people. Yes, I really would appreciate it. It is all about you guys. This show is all about you in the morning. Come on, get your comments up and read them out. And if you're not in here commenting, I don't have a show. So it is all about you. Kate Rixon's in the house. Good morning, Kate. Saying, Nige, good morning. Good morning to you. Gibbo saying, do we get the January window before AFCON? Don't know. Don't they usually go, John? Isn't it January they go? So I'm not sure we do, actually. Don't know about that. Paul Van Beek's in the house. I think Solomon will get his chance if we can't get Savinho. I mean, I like Solomon as a player. Whether he's at the standard we need is another question. But Solomon, guys, forget all the antics about where he comes from. Forget that. Solomon as a player, is he better than anything we've got on the left? I think there's a good chance he is, but he's definitely not at the quality we need. We need better. I think Solomon goes this week personally, but let's see. Let's see what happens. Rodney saying we have a very balanced midfield, but one injury and it's out the window. We have one of the best CDMs in the world. Um, a guy with massive experience and exceptional position. Absolutely. Polina. Wow, what a signing. What a performance on Saturday. He was breathtaking. And if he can keep that form up throughout the season, guys, there's no reason why we cannot, with a couple more signings, really challenge that top five. But listen, maybe I'm being deluded, but just from what I've seen Saturday and the opening game, and of course the PSG game, I think just 2 or 3 more signings in that team, and we could look a real force. Rodney's saying we will have the motor and willing runner and an apprentice in Sarr and stalwart in Bentancur. Yeah, suddenly I'm loving our midfield, but a couple more players, just like, a Paqueta in there would just top it off nicely. And Rodney saying it's a very stable midfield. It is. It is. Cookie saying hit that sub button, people. Absolutely hit that sub button. Nearly 100 in here, guys. So yeah, if you haven't, smash a like, hit the sub. Really would appreciate it. Let's see if we can get a couple more for the end of the show. Philly saying big up Kate Rixham. Loving it. I'm loving the fact that everyone gets along here. It's just absolutely brilliant. And yeah, people saying sub, absolutely. Steve, big up Steve. Monday mornings are so much better after a Spurs win, aren't they? Aren't they? So much better, mate. So much better. Kate said, nice. Just don't why we are late in the transfer window and scraping for players is what we do, Kate, isn't it? It's what we do every year. It always seems to be the same. We don't get the jobs done, and it is what it is. Rodney saying, I have no idea either. I just guess the pronunciation. Just got to try your best. Yeah, when there's too many O's and U's in it, it's just like, oh, God, what am I supposed to do here? I definitely don't want to be singing live on stream. So, Ume and Jow A. Yeah, I'll go with that, mate. I will go with that. Machina Joe, I hate the predictive text. It's a problem when you're drunk. It is. Have you had a few, Machina? Cheryl saying, pay the bloody money, Levy. Get it done. Get it done. Absolutely. Absolutely. 2 marks. Let me know when you're going live, mate. Let me know when you're live and I will send everyone over to you. Dave saying, I think we will end up. I think you've got 7 or 8 minutes yet, haven't you? I think we'll end up with some players from Spain and Italy leagues. Should be cheaper options from buying them from the Premier League. Quite possibly. It's going to be an interesting week, Dave, for certain. It really is. We have so much to do and now such little time to do it. You think of the time we wasted on Morgan Gibbs White and Eze, probably totaled up to, 6, 7 weeks? Well, probably 6 weeks wasted on both of those players. And now we just have one of those weeks to get all the signings we need in. Um, It's going to be a busy week. It's going to be an interesting week, and we are going to be linked with everybody over the next 7 days, guaranteed. People talking to each other. I love that. Milton said, we are winning the quad. Yeah, it's exciting, mate. I'm loving the way we're playing, and I'm hoping we get a few more players in. Steve saying, Leicester finished 17th and won the league the following season. We couldn't, could we? No, Steve, we couldn't. We definitely couldn't. Sadly, back then, when Leicester won the league, a lot of the top sides were in transition. And I know you're joking, but, a lot of the top sides were in transition. And now they're not. Liverpool's, the Arsenals, they are ready. They are ready to win. I would have said the Cities, but after Saturday, you never know. I still think City are going to be up there or thereabouts, but Liverpool ready to win, Arsenal ready to win. No excuses for Arsenal now. They have the players in. They have to go win it. SJ saying on TalkSport midweek last week, a bookie was saying they had Spurs 4-1 to win a trophy. I was surprised, really. I suppose it's because we won one last year, maybe, that we automatically become a favourite to win a trophy again. And I think, you know what? Stick my neck on the line. Why can we not win a League Cup? Why can we not win a League Cup? Why can we not win an FA Cup? I know we've not won an FA Cup since 91, but if we get again, it's all what you get in the draw, isn't it? We've been unlucky over the last 2 or 3 years to get like cities and just tough draws. If we can get home draws every round and pull lower league sides out, why can't we go and win a cup? It's right now, you've just got to be positive. That will change over the weeks. Don't worry, Tottenham will beat me down. But currently, I'm choosing to be positive. But we will see. Philly saying, like the grasshopper, Kate Rickson. You're talking to each other again. I love it. I love it. Big D, happy Monday, fellas. Please get some signings in and don't leave Frank wanting. No, this is it. Frank has proved over these opening 2 games that he's a man to take us forward. He needs now backing. Let's back him. And, Levy has a lot to do. Levy has a lot to do. Machina Joe, Frank is a very good manager. I'd love him at Everton. I'd replace Moyes in a heartbeat. You know what? I think Moyes is doing a great job at Everton. What did you make of yesterday's game, mate? I did watch it because I always like to watch teams in new stadiums. Did you go? What do you think of the new stadium? What do you think Everton are going to do this year? They've added that little bit more quality, haven't they? They're still, and this isn't being rude to Everton, they're still Everton. They still got that way of playing, that warrior kind of way of playing. But they've added that little bit, that little sprinkle of stardust in that. So I still think it's short up front, personally. Haven't really got a top striker review, but apart from that, I think you look decent. Huddle Waddle saying, been a fan since '79. Frank is a manager I've been waiting for. Yeah, fair play, mate. I've been a fan since '81, and I would say, yeah, Frank is definitely the man I've been waiting for as well. Milton saying, would you rather peel out oranges or wee out a marble? I'd rather peel out oranges and do quite often. Thank you. So, yes, definitely not the marble thing, though. And Golden Sun saying, Al Canoes will be at the African nations. He absolutely will. So maybe that deal doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't. I really do. I hope it doesn't. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I just want better. Gibbo saying, I think Solomon currently is better than Odegaard or Tal from his stats last season. We forget before this injury in Ange's first season. After the first couple of games, he looked very bright and lively. Yeah. Listen, good player. I like him, but I just think he's got too much baggage. And I can't see him staying, personally. I think it was a weird signing in the first place, but there's no doubt his ability. He's a very good player. Huddle Waddle saying, did everyone else notice Bergwijn's performance when he come in? Not a single mistake. Solid, classy player. I thought he played really well. Yeah, I thought he did okay. So did give away one free kick on the edge of the box, which could have been dangerous, but wasn't. But yeah, again, 1 headers, 1 blocks, 1 tackles, did everything that you need of a player. And yeah, did a few good things. So listen, I like Bergwijn, good player. Gibbo saying, and that's why Odegaard might be going on loan. Could be Savio and Solomon on the wing for the season. Again, we'll see. It does kind of tell me, though, that if Odegaard is leaving, we are definitely bringing in a left winger. But we will see who it is. We will see who it is, guys. That's Kate and Philly talk again. Rodney saying, Huddle Waddle, he's got a long way to go. He's a young gun. He's going to have games where he's ripped apart, and for that reason, and for the reason we lose games, we will have to start him, and I don't want that for the lad. Not now. This is a problem as well, isn't it? This is the problem. That yeah, he will make mistakes. He will have good and bad games still, but we will see. Too much. 9:39 is the breakfast brunch. Yeah, if you give me a text, mate, just to say we've started, then I'll end my show, and then people will come across to you. I don't want to end it too soon, and then everyone's just sat there like this, going, "Are they starting or what?" So, yes. Rich, big up, Rich. Hope you're well. My hotel partner saying, "I think we signed nobody, Nige, mate. No, we can't. That can't happen. That cannot happen, Rich. We have to sign at least 1 or 2. Well, not even 1. We have to sign at least 2, maybe 3 players." Rodney saying, in 2 or 3 years, sure, with 100 appearances under his belt, but learning from the top draw players and then let's hang our hats on him now is stupidity. Yeah, we can't be risking our season on the likes of a Grays or the likes of Bergvals, though I do like Bergval. Bobby saying, I can bet my life that we sign that we will sign a player no one has talked about, like a Morgan Gibbs White. Here we go. Caught everyone by surprise. The less we talk, yeah, Yeah, I agree. I agree. And this is why I think this could be a goer because there's not been a lot of links to him. So yeah, we will see. And what he said, he's not an exceptional young talent with ridiculous skill physically. He's a young, precocious midfielder that's still a teenager. Um, yeah, I see bits of him that I think he could be really good. But he is still young and he was chucked in last season and a lot was expected of him. And I think maybe in the long term that will do him the world of good. But yeah, we will see. Kate said, nice, why can't we do more than one bloody deal at a time? To be honest, I don't think Lang and scouting team are not good enough. I don't think they're good enough either, Kate. I think they're terrible. I think our recruitment has been awful for years. And I think Lange is just an absolute joke. Um, not for me. Not for me. That's just my opinion. But Amen's in the house. Big up Amen. Saying if we only get one player, do you think people will turn up in big numbers for the coming protest? I think it depends who the player is, Amen. I think if it's Savinho, maybe no. Um, I think if it's an Alcanus, then 100%. But we will see. We will see. Rich saying, I'm so happy we got Frank. If Levy backed this man, we would do something. But we know Levy may get one opportunist teenager for 30 million on low wages. Yeah, possibly, guys. Yeah, guys. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't liked the stream already, like the stream. I will just go through a few people that I've not seen in there. Big D, big up Big D. Juventus are tight for cash. Yildiz looked unbelievable the weekend. Quick, strong, direct goals and assists. I would put 40 to 50 million and test the waters. I would be more than happy with that. But again, we haven't got time to test waters, have we? It's one of those where we need to get players in. So if we want him, and I really like this player, offer whatever it takes to get him in. It is what it is. Marianne's here. Big up, Marianne. Big up, Nigel, and all the chat. Nice to have a good coach after 2 wasted years with the clueless statue. I couldn't agree more. Right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of your comments. I'll just get to a few more regulars. Mark, big up, Mark. And Jimmy Hotspur, big up. I am now going to send you across to the Two Mark Show. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Like I said, it's all about you lot. If it's not for you, then there'll be no show. Like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you on the next show. Have a great day, guys. And as always, come on, you Spurs.